So guys, welcome to our first ever uni instructor course in economics. So the reason why I decided to actually start with these courses is the fact that, first of all, if you are in a university course or in I think university mostly, not high school. So if you're in an MCOM or if you're in an MBA class, there are things that you actually have to learn that are associated with classes such as in economics, in accounting, in strategic management, in marketing, and so forth. So this channel is set up specifically to make it easier for each of you guys that are looking for clarification in things maybe that you're struggling to get when you're in class, or maybe if you are like a student of UNISA, for example, and you're doing your MBL. You cannot necessarily sit in class, so you need some form of an explanation that makes things a little bit easier when it comes to economics and all these other subjects that are associated with business management and administration. So our first course is economics lecture 1, that is based, this is like the first course in any class that you're going to attend. So this is the principles of economics. So we'll just go to the next slide. So if you're just looking at economics, the first part that you absolutely need to understand is the definition of economics, right? So in this slide, we coin economics as a study of how a society manages its resources, and these resources are particularly scarce resources. By scarce, we are saying that it's not something that you can easily get, like air, for example, right? Anyone can get air, anyone can breathe air, but this is something that is particularly scarce, so not everyone has it. So we are now looking at how does a society, how does a community, how does a government manage its scarce raw materials. We are talking about land, yeah. So if you actually remember from your commerce days, like your land, your capital, your equipment. So these are scarce resources that are used to generate wealth within a society, within a community. So this is what economics studies: the distribution, the management of these resources within a particular society. Now, scarcity, if you look at the first slide there, where I say scarcity implies the limited resources that reside within a society. And the key word here is limited. They are limited. Like I said, you cannot easily get them, and therefore it prompts economics to take place within a society. Now, how do people make decisions? This is the second step that we have to discuss. How do people make decisions when it comes to a society and the management of its resources, as we've discussed in economics? So the first principle, there are 10 principles actually that I want us to go through. The first principle is people, first of all, they make trade-offs. Now, trade-offs you see as you go through the economics class is that trade-off is, okay, I'm supposed to buy something, but I'm not gonna buy this one, I'm gonna buy the other one. So you are weighing your pros and cons, where you're saying, if I buy this, I might end up losing this, but it's okay because I need this more. So this is called a trade-off. You are selecting one thing over the other. So this is where we also talk about the cost benefit. So you're looking at opportunity cost as well. So we'll go through them as we go through this chapter. But the first principle is make trade-offs. People make trade-offs. The second principle is opportunity cost, which is what I was talking about. What are you letting go of as you are taking something in front of something else, right? When you are taking an LG phone instead of a Huawei phone, what are you letting go of? That's the opportunity cost, right? Maybe, for example, the Huawei phone is 30 megapixel camera, the front camera, whereas the LG phone has got only 20 megapixel. But then the Huawei phone has a 1 terabyte disk drive inside that phone, whereas the other phone, the Huawei, only has half a terabyte, for example. So you are making a trade-off. Your opportunity cost is you are losing that memory space, whereas or the megapixel, but you are gaining the bigger hard drive. So that's the opportunity cost. That's the second principle. The third principle is rational people think at the margin. So the keyword here is this one that I am highlighting. Rational people think at the margin. The margin is towards the end. So just the literal view of the word margin is towards the end, right? So when we say towards the end, what do we mean? We are saying that if you have 10 phones and you want to buy that extra one, the 11th phone, that cost of buying that extra one and the benefit of buying that extra one, that's the marginal cost, that's the marginal benefit. I put marginal cost versus marginal benefit inside the brackets because as you buy that extra thing, you have 4, but you want to buy that 5th thing. What is the benefit of that? What is the cost of that? What are you letting go just so that you can get this? What are you gaining as you buy this extra thing? So that's the marginal aspect of cost and marginal aspect of benefits. Now let's go to the fourth principle. The fourth principle says people respond to incentives, right? People in any society, in any community, they are going to respond to incentives. What we're saying is, what is in it for me? If I am a customer, if I am a citizen of a society or a country, what is in it for me? That's what I want to understand. And therefore, I'm going to respond if there is something indeed for me. And therefore, people within a society are going to respond to those items that they feel like there is something in it for them. And therefore, guys, I don't want to make this long. I'm just gonna stop here, but obviously in our lecture 2, I'll go through this the final 6 principles of economics. So the final 6 principles of how people make decisions, and these principles will literally form the foundation of whatever we do within the entire course, be it macroeconomics, be it microeconomics. All of these principles, we start going through them deeply. We start expounding on what opportunity cost is, where it fits in within the microeconomics and macroeconomics structure of economics. So yes, thank you guys for your time with our first lecture. Remember scarcity. So everything that I put in bold are the keywords that you absolutely have to understand. Scarcity is a keyword, very important in economics. Economics itself, the definition, and obviously the principles, the first 4 principles that we went through. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you again in our second lecture. By the way, please subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like there's someone else that is going to benefit from our lectures, I would be immensely appreciative if you share with them these lectures, and obviously ask them to subscribe as well. I'm Tafadz Oraiva, and thank you for joining me on this first installment on our channel. Bye.